What is up, you guys? My name is Apprenti, and welcome to my Old School RuneScape Monkey Madness 2 quest guide. I'm doing this on day release, so if anything has changed, there'll be an annotation on screen or it'll be in the description below. Now, the requirements for completing this quest are as follows: to have completed the following quests: Monkey Madness, Enlightened Journey, which includes unlocking the Grand Tree destination of the balloon transport system. You need to do that quite early on, so I'd recommend doing that before you start the quest. The Eyes of the Go Free, Recipe for Disaster, freeing King Woogie, Troll Stronghold, and Watchtower. The skill requirements are as follows: without boosting, boosting is not allowed for the quest, 69 Slayer, 70 Crafting, 60 Hunter, 55 Agility, and 55 Thieving. I would recommend having higher Thieving Agility level, around about 70 Thieving and 70 Agility at least. It's also benefit being a higher combat stats. I'd recommend probably 90, base 90 melee stats would be sufficient to complete this quest without any issues. Okay, items you're going to need for the quest is 1 lemon, grapes, pestle and mortar, either an ancient gorilla grigri or a medium ninja monkey grigri. You need to have one of these two grigris, the other grigris don't work. A monkey speak amulet, 1 regular log, a light source. I'm using the Kandran headgear for because it means I don't have to take a tinderbox to relight it, and a slash weapon as well. I'm using an Abyssal Tentacle. Items that can be obtained on the quest that you need is a chisel and a hammer. You can bring them along or you can obtain them during the quest. It's up to yourself. And then some optional items as well is a pickaxe and 1 set of magic logs. Okay, so I'm quickly going to talk you through some gear setups for the quest now. Bear in mind there is parts of the quest that are instances, so if you die you cannot retrieve your items back. So just be mindful of what you're bringing. I do have a welfare sort of like alternative as well, but I'm going to quickly talk through the gear that I wore for most of the quest, apart from when I was wearing Graceful. Graceful was just to run around, obviously. But this is the armor that I took. Most of the time it was a Serpentine Helm with a Fury, Ardy Cloak 3, a Whip, a Abyssal Tentacle should I say, sorry, a Bando's Chestplate, Bando's Tassets, a DFS fully charged, a Pegassian Boots, Barrow's Gloves, and then a Ring of Gielinor as well. You could probably switch the Ring of Gielinor out with a Ring of Life or a Slayer Ring, whichever one you prefer. I also had a Ava's with me, a Toxic Blowpipe, and an Armadillo Chestplate. Spec weapons for boss fights, a Crystal Halberd Imbued is a great one, as well as the SGS. Now, if you want a welfare setup, you can sort of switch some of the stuff out. You can wear Karill's top, Varek's plate skirt, Dragon Boots, you know, sort of Amulet Glory if you wanted. Just sort of like switch out the welfare stuff, Crystal Shield as well imbued. Just obviously if you die then you don't actually lose too much. Okay, so to start the quest, you want to speak to King Narnode Shareen, who's located on the bottom floor of the Grand Tree in the Gnome Stronghold. He will basically explain to you that Glough has escaped, and he'll tell you to go search for clues of his whereabouts. You can start to do this by searching his house. Now, what you want to do is just have full Graceful on this. You don't have any weapons or armor. You also want to make sure you have plenty of stamina potions, 3 free inventory space, your lemon, your grapes, your pestle and mortar, and then your logs. Okay, so you want to head over to Glough's house, which is located southeast of the Grand Tree. Once you get there, you want to climb up the ladder and run to the other end of the house, past the chest, and then climb up the tree. Once you've climbed up, you want to right-click the tree branch and select Investigate, and you'll receive a handkerchief. With this, you must investigate it to find out it has the initials AA embroidered onto it. Okay, so now I'm going to speak to Glough's wife, Anita. She's located in the north and westmost staircase in the Gnome Stronghold. It's next to the swamp and just north of the Gnome Ball Field. She's going to be in tears, and you want to ask her what's wrong. She'll begin to tell you how she's worried about Glough maybe seeing another woman, and she tells you that she heard whispers upstairs in the house, but couldn't reach the higher level. You must respond with, "He might be in trouble, I could help, otherwise you won't get the next step," and you'll find out that there's an additional level to his house. Okay, so now you want to return to Glough's house, and there'll be an additional option to climb up the tree where there was the investigate option before. When you get up here, you want to investigate the gnome statue to activate a hidden switch. Now, once you've done that, it'll open the cupboard to the left, and you'll receive a book of spyology. You want to read through this, and it'll mention a method on how to reveal text on a document encrypted with spycraft. You want to search the crates in the northwest corner, and you'll receive a brush, and you also want to search the fire mains at the same time to receive a mysterious note. So you need to decrypt this note, and in order to do that, you need to do the following things. First of all, you've got to use the lemon with a pestle and mortar, and that will apply it to the note. Then you want to use your note on the candle table. Once you've done that, you want to grind up your grapes, and that will apply it to the brush, and then you want to use the juice-coated brush on the mysterious note, and you'll receive a scrawled note, which is written in ancient gnome language. You're going to read it, or else the next step will not work. Now you want to return to King Narnode and talk to him, and you'll receive a translation book. You may already have it in your bank. If you do, go out and pull it out from Monkey Madness 1. Once you've done this, you want to use the notes with the book to get a translation, but it will say there's too much missing from the book. Okay, now you want to go back to Anita and ask if she can translate the notes for you to receive a translated note. Read it and then return to King Narnode and talk to him. Once you get to the king, he'll explain that the note says something about the replacement pilot. Basically, what he's telling you to do is go over and speak to Assistant Laurie. and find out who he is. Okay, so Assistant Laurie is located just south of Glough's house. All you want to do is basically you need to ask him who he is, and once he tells you that, he'll tell you to go speak to Auguste, who is on Intrana. Okay, so for this part, obviously you can't take any weapons or armor with you. You also want to take one regular log so you can travel there with a balloon, and you want to take one magic log so you can travel back as well. When you get there, you want to ask him about Lewis Smith and the route that he got shown to him, and he will tell you basically that he showed him how to travel to Apital. Okay, so we'll head back to the king and speak to him, and he will tell you that you need to travel to Apital to speak to Garkor. Once you've done this step, that basically completes chapter 1 of the quest. Okay, so before you head to Apital and speak to Garkor, you want to go to the bank and take out your pickaxe, your monkey speak amulet, a blank monkey talisman, either your ninja or ancient gorilla griri. I wouldn't recommend taking both, you only need to bring one. The light source, a slash weapon or a knife. I would recommend bringing a whip because it counts as a slash as well, and also all your combat gear, combat potions, really good food, and also maybe if you're low level, some stacks and brews and some restores as well. Okay, so you want to head to the east part of the island just below the temple and then speak to Garkor. He will basically tell you to then go speak to King Woogie to find out his plans. So you want to have your monkey speak amulet equipped as well as your grigri, and then head through to talk to King Woogie. When you get there, he'll explain that he will not speak to anyone other than Kurt, so you need to port back to Garkor, and he will tell you need to find Kirk and create a grigri from his remains. So you want to head over to the west part of Apital and up the ramp where the gate and the archers are. You want to speak to the monkey archer that has the talk to option and ask him where you can find Kurt. He will tell you there's only one way to get off the hill, and that is to go west. So what you want to do is you want to start looking there and investigate the footprints that you find. You want to follow them all the way around to the back of the island, and you'll see a trap door hidden next to a tree. It's kind of new where the new gnome glider is going to be. You can see the icon on the map. When you get there, there'll obviously be a trap door by the tree. You want to investigate it to go down into the jungle. You want to make sure you have one free invent spot available though, so your grigri can go back into your hand. Okay, so Kurt is located behind the monkey bars to the north. However, he is the only person that can cross the monkey bars. So what you're going to do is you've got to make your way around the dungeon with one of two methods. First of all is the agility method, which I would recommend you do, and the second one is the tanking method, which I would stay away from unless you're max combat, you got max defense gear, you got an LA, your stack and brews and restores and stamina pots. For everyone else, you want to take the agility method. So when you arrive in the dungeon, you want to head south and then take the first east opportunity. The agility section basically consists of a bunch of maze obstacles, and there's only one correct path, and this is a random path for every single player. It is a pain in the ass. It's like underground pass, but a million times worse, and the only way really to find the correct course is with trial and error. If you take them the wrong way, you will fall into a pit, and you also get a message in the chat box saying something about this route feels wrong. When you do fail a fall and you fall through the ground, you'll come into an area filled with either magical monkeys and you want to pray melee, or magical monkey archers, in which case you want to pray range to protect yourself from taking any damage. There is one part that you fall into bits of both. I recommend praying range at this one as well and just running the hell out of there as fast as you can. When you first begin the course as well, you saw a bit of dodgy ground that I walked past. Now, there was sort of X's on the floor. That's the bit you want to avoid. That's the incorrect path. If you step on the X's, you will fall through the floor. And there's a bit as well with a big open grid that you need to go through a tunnelway, and that'll bring you out into a key. Get the key and unlock the door. That's kind of like a checkpoint for that part as well. So once you get to the end of the maze, you'll get into Kurt's lair. Now, this room is instant, so if you die or drop anything, you'll not get it back, so make sure you be careful. You want to pray protect from range, and he can hit up to 33s through that with his melee attack, so just be careful. Keep your HP high. It's not too much of a tough fight with that. If you've got enough brews, your max stats as well, you will not have an issue with it. One thing I would say is if you do run out of food, you can flinch him on the wall to the left of the screen just now. Once you kill him as well, you want to pick up his remains and you'll get his paw. You then want to take the paw and then the talisman back to Zooknook, which is the guy you had to run through in Monkey Madness 1 to make the grigri. Once you've got this, it's on to the next step. Okay, so now you need to head back to King Woogie, and he'll obviously now speak to you because he thinks you're Kirk. Basically, the information that you'll get out of him is that he's planning to attack with the help of the Troll Generals as well as the Ogre Generals. With this information, you want to head back to Grakor now and talk to him and let him know the plan. He will then tell you that you need to convince the Troll Generals and the Ogres not to side with King Woogie. With this, you finish Chapter 2. Okay, so you want to head to the Troll Stronghold, and near the Troll Generals, there'll be a guy called Cobb. You want to talk to him, and then you're going to fight him. You can pray melee and safe spot him by walking through the door, and he can't walk through it, so you can just blow pipe him from there. When he's almost dead, he will agree not to help the monkeys. Now it's on to do the same for the ogres. So you want to head to Katorthnir, just south of Yanal. Now, I lost the footage for this, so I'm just going to show you guys where to go anyway. But you want to make your way all the way through the bridges, and the leader of the org is named Keith. You might need to bring 20 GP. I did when I did the quest. I don't have to bring it now when I'm doing this part, but basically you can just kill him with any attack style you want. If you're max combat, a technical whip works just as well, and he's not going to hit too hard on you. I mean, you can safe spot him with the range and magic. However, it's not really much point. Just bring some food, bring some melee gear, and he shouldn't be too much of an issue. Again, once you get him down to low health, he will agree not to help the monkeys with the invasion. Now you want to go back to Garkar and Apotal now and tell him that the leaders of the Troll and the Ogre generals have agreed not to help with the monkey's plans. He will then tell you need to look for Le Smith, who was the balloon pilot. Le Smith can be found somewhere on Apotal. He's usually in high places or mostly rooftops. Now the most common places that he has been found is on top of the main gate, which is the west platform near the monkey archers. It doesn't have a ladder symbol on the map, but it's up the ladder there. Either the third floor of the jail, the third floor next to the rune stall, or the third floor of the broken building next to the monkey child ant people. That's where I found him. Now once you speak to Le Smith, he will reveal to you that the monkeys are constructing a fleet of airships which are on the west coast. With this information from Le Smith, you want to head back to Garkar and let him know what the plan is and where they're being constructed. Then you want to head out to the west coast of the island while wielding the Kirk monkey Grigri. Talk to the monkey guard there and he will take you out to the platform. So the platform is probably the most frustrating and probably the place where you spend most of the time on the quest. It's kind of like Sorcerer's Garden, but like a million times worse. The aim of it is to find 6 satchels and then fill them with explosive and then blow the platform up by placing them at 6 strategic places around the platform. Now, getting the satchels themselves are not too bad. What you want to do is you want to follow the main path, skip the first ladder you get to, and then continue around till you get to a dead end. Once you get to that dead end, you want to go up this ladder and then continue south until you get to another ladder, and then you want to climb down that and then follow the path that will take you to the satchels. Now you want to go all the way back. However, if you want, you can get caught and just get thrown overboard and you'll get back to the start and go back to the first ladder you came to. When you get that, you want to go up the ladder and then continue east. Once you've passed that, you want to go down the ladder and then you want to go north and a wee bit west. Once you've done that, you'll get to a barrel with the gunpowder. You then want to use your satchels on the barrels to get them essentially satchels of gunpowder, and this is where you need to watch out and be careful because this is where you can lose a lot of time. I myself lost about an hour from this part. I've heard people lost about 3 hours on this because if you get caught from the guards, they will throw you overboard, and in which case you'll lose the explosives out of the satchel. They'll get wet, so you can't use them again, and you have to refill the satchels from this barrel. Now, if you have placed any charges on any of the compromised structures, then you will not lose them, they'll stay, so it's kind of like a safe progress thing. There is 6 places you need to place the satchels. There's 2 pillars on the bottom floor, there is 2 floorboards on the middle floor, and then there's 2 gas pipes on the top floor. I'm going to show you guys all those locations just now. So once you've placed the last charge, I recommend just getting caught by a guard and getting thrown off because you have to go to the beginning anyway. You want to get off the boat, and then once you do, you should get a cutscene. However, for some reason, I didn't get a cutscene, but you should get a cutscene of the platform blowing up, and you will be back on Apotal. Now you want to report back to Garkar, and once you've done that, you want to head to where you defeated Kirk in the maze. Don't worry though, you don't have to go through the whole maze. You can skip it, obviously, just by wielding Kirk's Grigri and then using the monkey bars. Once you've done that, you go to the room just past where you defeated him, and there should be a cavern to enter. Equip his Grigri and enter through the gap. Once you go through the big doors, you want to climb on top of one of the tortured gorillas to the right. Then you want to go down the stairs and attack the other gorillas. If you use the protection from melee player, you won't take any damage, and you want to push these back into the cage essentially. After this, you get a wee cutscene with Glough, and he'll pull a lever. Once you've done this, you want to put your tortured gorilla on the green holding square and then go search the boxes at the bottom of the staircase you came down. In there, you're looking for a hammer and a chisel if you didn't bring one with you. You do get tinder boxes, but it doesn't take too long to get a hammer and a chisel either. You then want to head upstairs and go to the weird looking crystal thing. Then you want to tamper the device to receive a charged onyx. No, you can't sell it. I did try. You then want to use the chisel with the gem to create a deconstructed onyx and then put it back on the device. Once you've done this, you want to investigate the incubation chambers to confirm that they've been corrupted, and then report back to Garkar. Once you report back to him, he will then tell you that you need to go and speak to King Awugi again, and just to let him know that his plans have been foiled. Once you do this, then go back to Garkar, and at this point you will receive a cutscene playing, and it will show Glough proceeding with his attack plans anyway. At this point, that is the end of chapter 3, and you're ready for the 4th and final chapter. Then you need to report back to King Narnode Shareen at the bottom of the Grand Tree. You need to tell him that the gnome stronghold is going to be attacked by Glough via airship. He will then ask you to recruit Neve to help you defend the Grand Tree. Once you've recruited Neve to help you defend the gnome stronghold, you want to go around and attack the tortured gorillas. You should only need to kill about 4 or 5, and then you get a message saying you've killed enough. Once you've done this, you then need to head west by the tortoise enclosure, and you'll see Garkor there. Once you see him there, he will ask you if you are ready and you want to go through into the crash site. Say yes and ignore the tortured gorillas and get ready to enter the cavern. You want to make sure you have 2 combat attack styles for this. I recommend a tentacle whip and a blowpipe is probably the most effective things. As soon as you go in, you get a cutscene from Glough explaining, look, it's you, why the hell are you trying to follow me again, this sort of thing. The usual shite that enemies spiel. But basically, you have to fight 2 demonic gorillas and then 2 torture gorillas. The 2 torture gorillas attack you initially, and for each one that dies, a demonic gorilla will replace it. So I recommend killing a torture gorilla, then killing demonic gorilla, and then killing the other demonic gorilla, and then the torture gorilla, just so you're not having to constantly switch prayers like I did. I made the mistake of killing both the torture gorillas first and then was left with the demonic gorillas. I recommend doing it the way I've just suggested. The reason for this is obviously the demonic gorillas switch their prayer style between melee and range and everything like that, and it gets a pain in the ass and very messy, and it does use a lot of food. After this happens, you get one of the saddest cutscenes I've ever watched. So yep, Neve is gone. That was like the saddest cutscene I've ever watched. Anyway, now you got to fight Glough. If you want at this point, you can go and bank and resupply. That's what I did because I didn't have enough supplies to kill him. Now the first phase is really simple. All you want to do is pray protect from melee and then just keep hitting him, flick piety, whatever you want. And it's really simple to kill. Once you get him down to a 3rd health, you will get onto the next stage. The next stage is slightly more trickier. What I recommend is pray protect from mage and then not flinch him, but hit him and then run away, hit him and run away, and you'll take next to no damage. The only damage that you will actually take is damage that you don't run away in time and he actually melees you. So for the 3rd phase, it's not really too much different as it's been already. The only difference is he now has a weird attack where he draws you in and pushes you against the rock. Again, I just pray mage and then just go up and hit him, run away, hit and run away. Eventually I've noticed that I had a lot of supplies left, so just decided just to hit him and just keep, try my luck and see what happens. He's not too much of a difficult boss. If you're experienced, you got good stats, you shouldn't have any trouble with him whatsoever. When you finally defeat Glough and knock his health to below 0, the cave will start to collapse and Zook Nook will automatically teleport you out. Speak to him and then he will offer to teleport you to King Narnode. After you speak to King Narnode, a cutscene will continue with a Woogie negotiating a peace treaty with the king, and then congratulations, quest complete. You have finished the first Grandmaster quest in Old School RuneScape. You are awarded 4 quest points, access to the crash site caverns where you can kill the demonic gorillas, 25,000 Slayer XP, 20,000 Agility XP, 15,000 Thieving XP, and 15,000 Hunter XP. You also have the ability to communicate with monkeys in Apatol without the use of a Monkey Speak amulet, access to Apatol without the use of Monkey Grigris, access to the Apatol Bank and the Javelin Store. You also receive some training from Duke in choice of magic, range, attack, defense, strength, and hit points, 2 lots of 50,000 XP. The king will also give you a Royal Seed Pod, which provides unlimited teleports to the Grand Tree. You can also search one of the crates in the crash sites to receive a monkey backpack, which is badass. Neve has been replaced by Steve, and you also get a 6th block for your Slayer task. Anyway guys, hopefully you have enjoyed today's video. This did take a lot of time and effort to do, so if you have, feel free to smash the like button if much and greatly appreciate. If you're new around here as well, please make sure you hit subscribe. This was done on the day of the release without a guide, so if you guys have found this helpful and it helped you get through the quest, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. Feel free to check all my social media out, links to them will be in the description. Also link in the description is my main channel as well. Other than that guys, until next time, I've been the Prentai, and I'll see y'all soon.
I'm about to blow, taking bombs, now it's on with the challenge and balance out the shots. What you got, spew mountains. So say hi in a ride, getting fly with the Prentai.